In this video, I'll be attempting to survive 100 days in Better Minecraft. This is a mod pack that adds tons of new blocks, structures, and mobs, but still stays true to the original feel of the game. So my plan for this challenge is to explore as much content as I can from this mod pack, as well as build a cozy base that has everything we need to survive. Alrighty, here we are on day 1. I am a little bit nervous playing this mod pack in hardcore mode, but I'll try to be safe. I think we should be alright. Already I'm seeing some crazy structure over there, and also look at this. What is this? This is like the smallest tree I've ever seen. Wait, what is that? What is this thing? He looks kind of chill though. What's up, dude? You know what? This mini tree is calling to me. Let's grab our first piece of wood. And a second log too, why not? Oh, whoa, all the leaves just disappeared. Not exactly sure what this is, just some like random packed mud tower, but there is a little campsite over here. Let's see, what's inside? A little bit of like a sleeping bag. You know what? We could grab this wool. We could, try to get a bed soon. Oh, no way. There's a barrel here too. I didn't even see that. Oh, look at this. So much stuff. A bunch of torches, some bread, and some wheat. That is very, very good. As well as a shield. What is this? Minced beef. Interesting. Okay. And then we can grab this tropical fish as well. This is actually a crazy good start, but I just want to grab a little bit more wood so we can just steal it right from this campsite, I think. Got ourselves 4 logs, so let's turn those into some planks. And then you already know what's about to happen. That's right, gonna make ourselves a crafting table. Place that bad boy down, make ourselves some sticks. And then let me show you something that you probably didn't even know was possible, but if you do like 2 sticks like this and then a row of planks, you can actually get a pickaxe. Okay, I hope you can tell that I'm being sarcastic, but anyway, let's grab ourselves some cobblestone. I just grabbed 20 cobblestone, and I'm kind of curious, is there any... Oh my goodness, I was about to be like, is there any other recipes? Look at this, 107 recipes. That is insane. Oh wait, I was showing all. How many do we have now? Okay, way less. Still though, there's so much cool stuff. Like, look at this, an oak table, an oak pillar trim. Oh, I'm so excited to try this stuff out later. For now though, let's just keep it simple. Make ourselves a stone pickaxe, a stone axe, and a shovel. And a sword too, can't forget about that. And while we're here, might as well turn this wheat that we got into a bit more bread. But with that, let's grab our crafting table, and I did not grab my crafting table. Let's grab our crafting table, and then I want to check out this bad boy right here. Hopefully there's not any bad guys though, I am a little bit afraid of that. No bad guys, please? Oh man, look at these. What are these, wildflowers? Those look so pretty, I gotta grab some of these. I'm getting distracted though, what's in this thing? I'm guessing something in the center, maybe? Anything in here, anything at all? There's some deep slate. Wait, diamonds? Are you serious? Diamonds, gold, and lapis. This thing is insane. We're not going to be able to mine this stuff with a stone pickaxe though, so let's go try to find some iron. And no way, the sun is already setting. Let's see, we have 2 white wool and 1 black wool. Not going to be able to make a bed with that, but maybe we can get some dye. Yeah, some magenta dye from these wildflowers. Then we can dye this black wool. Perfect. And then the white dye too. Get in there. Ow! Owie! Owie! Dude, what? Oh, no way, no way. No, not like this. Okay, fastest bed crafting ever, like this, boom, do our magenta wool, boom, go like this, and sleep. Sleep. Okay, we're good. Hello? My game's frozen? And my game crashed. I mean, who knew having over 300 mods could cause some issues, but yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen again. I just updated my graphics card and booted up the game again. Looks like we went back in time a few minutes since this is covered up again. Oh my goodness, there's mobs. What the frick? Dude. Okay, just forget it. Let's run it back. All right, here we go. Attempt 2, hardcore. Let's run it back. Brand new seed, but this one looks like a pretty cool one as well. We have all of this black sand over here, but you know what? Let's get geared up again. I just went ahead and grinded for some stone tools again, so let's go exploring. And what is this? Is this like a cactus or something? What is this? A Luanudia? I have no idea if this is going to be helpful or not, but I'll grab a little bit of it. Oh, and check this out. There's another one of those structures that we died in last time. Maybe we can redeem ourselves. There is a cave over here. Maybe we can get some iron. Not iron, but I will take a little bit of coal. Thank you very much. Any iron? I am not seeing any. Still not seeing any iron, but I did find some copper, so I'll grab this. Here we go. I just found some iron, I think. Yeah, is that iron? It is. Let's go. That was only 2 iron, but I just found a little bit more here, so we should have enough to make a pickaxe. And I can't help myself, just gonna grab a little bit more copper and then we can go back to the surface. And it's already getting dark, but there is some sheep up here, so goodbye, dude. I need some wool, so goodbye to you as well. And goodbye to you too. Alright, no funny business this time. Let's place down our crafting table, use some of these dead planks that we got and our wool to make a bed. Alrighty, good night. Please do not crash my game again. I literally have both my fingers crossed right now. Okay, we're good. If our game crashed again, I would have crashed out myself. Already day 2, but let's place down our crafting table and use some of this cobblestone to make a furnace. We can then place that down, and then I want to start smelting up all of this iron. And maybe while that does its thing, we can grab some of these super cool flowers. There's even this one too. What is this? A tiger lily? That is so cool. No way, there's one of these guys from the last world. What is up? I think he's nice. Do we just let him be? I don't know if he's gonna drop anything if I kill him. Let's check in on our iron, and sweet, it's all ready. Maybe let's start smelting up some of this copper too. Anyway, now that we have some iron, let's make ourselves an iron pickaxe, and I have a feeling this world is gonna be pretty deadly, so let's make a sword too. Now that we have an iron pick though, let's check out this structure. Oh no way, it seems different from the last one though. I don't know if this one's gonna have any diamonds. Yeah, that sucks. I don't think this one has any diamonds. It's just kind of, oh, a chest. Come on, be something good. Okay, some gold, a bit more iron, a bunch of bones, redstone, a lead, and some suspicious stew. Maybe this other statue also has a chest. Come on. Oh, a spawner. What is this? A monster spawner? No, I'm breaking that. Yeah, I am not messing around with that. I'm pretty sure that's all this structure had. Not quite as good as that first one that we found, but that's all right. I'm already getting hungry though. Let's have this suspicious stew. Hopefully we're good. All right, we're good. When this stew is sus. All right, what a crazy achievement. Just cleaning up my inventory a little bit. I really don't need all this random stuff. Let's check in on our copper though, as I would like to make some armor. Got ourselves 31, so let's make a helmet. Wait a minute. Oh wait, I'm actually dumb. I forgot I am not playing in the newest version. Yeah, I'm playing in 1.21.1 I think, and when did the copper stuff come out? Like 1.21.8 or something like that? I don't know, but yeah, I'm stupid. Oh well, that's fine. Let's just grab our furnace back as well as our crafting table. Would have been nice to have some armor, but that is totally fine. Let's continue our adventure. Sorry, piggy, but I need some food, so goodbye. And what are these trees right here? This is a fir log. Okay, interesting. I'll grab some. Why not? Oh, the whole tree came down. Oh, what? That is so nice. Can I do that for all of these? Oh, we can get so much wood like this. What? It's been like 5 seconds. How many logs did we get? 54 logs in seriously like 10 seconds. That is clutch. I'm really curious. What is this plank color? I kind of want to place this down and see. Ooh, that's kind of nice actually. Once we get around to building our base, I'm definitely going to use some of these new wood types. Goodbye, chicken. On-site sheep, I need food. I love how lush this jungle biome feels, and look at this, there's like a new kind of like jungle temple over there that looks so sick. I'm guessing there's probably gonna be some bad guys in there though, so let's get some food smelted up. And while that cooks up, let's use one of our iron ingots to make ourselves a shield. Got a shield, got some food, let's check this thing out. Nothing up here at the top, I'm just seeing if we can dig down, and we can. Why did I just jump in? Am I stupid? That is terrifying. Let's take out this tripwire hook. What is in this thing? Oh man, what are these? Arrows of weakness, no shot. I'll take the regular arrows though, thank you. Okay, there's a staircase this way, there's a spider. Please don't touch me, spider. Owie. Get off me, spider. Oh man, there's so many spiders. Ah, okay, there's a bunch of spiders. Let's light this up, Ow. Why am I using my torch, not my sword? Get out of here, spider. No way I'm dying to some spiders. Okay, there's a spawner, I think. Can I take it out? I can't. There's so many cobwebs. Come on, break the spawner, break the spawner, break the spawner. Come on, break it. Okay. I do not like these poisonous spiders, please. Okay, we're good. There's another one here. Let's try to take him out. There's a chest right here. Let's see what's inside. Oh yeah, let's go. Our first diamonds. That is awesome. You know what? Let's be smart. Use these 2 diamonds to make ourselves a better sword. Feeling a bit stronger now, so let's keep exploring. What is this over here? Oh, it's like a little hidden room. This is so cool. Well, it's cool, but there's not really anything in here. Is it really just an empty room? All right. I think we fully explored the bottom area. Let's see if there's anything else up at the top. And there's another chest. What's in this bad boy? Nothing too crazy, just a bit of gold, some more string, which we got a bunch of now, and some rotten flesh. That was a super fun structure, but let's continue our adventure. And I'm not even kidding, it's been like 30 seconds and I already spotted another structure, and just as I said that, I also spotted this dude. What is up with that? Is it really just like some random scarecrow? Yeah, I think this is all it is. All right. You know what though, while we're here, I will grab some bamboo. This stuff is always useful. Enough distractions though, I want to check out this structure, and this thing looks like kind of modern but also ancient at the same time. Really cool vibe. Not really seeing much of an entrance though. Never mind, I just found it. This thing looks like it's full of booby traps though. What is up with all these dispensers? Oh, maybe it's safe, they don't have anything in them. Why does this feel like a trap? I'm so scared. Let's see what's in this chest. Oh my goodness, so much gunpowder. 25 gunpowder, I'll take it. And a bit of rotten flesh too. And we already do have a bed, but it's kind of, you know, just a boring white one, so let's grab this light gray one instead. And there's an emerald over on this other side. Oh wait, there's a staircase here too. Okay, let's grab this emerald and then go down there. Oh man, if I was a monster, I feel like this is where I'd be. I'm a little bit scared right now. Oh man, it's like a maze down here. Look at all these different ways to go. There's a tripwire hook here. I am not falling for that. There's a chest here, but there's also another tripwire hook. Let's take that out. Let's see what's in this thing. Some bones, a bunch of bones actually, and a bit more bamboo. Not bad. I feel like there's got to be some better loot in here though. Come on, I want some like more diamonds or iron, something like that. No way, is this another staircase? How deep does this thing go? There's a straight up trap here. Look at this. You can just fall down there. I'm not falling for that. Yeah, no thank you. I'm good. Looks like this opens up into another room. And what is this? What on earth is this? Just a bunch of pointed dripstone and pressure plates. There's no way I step on this, right? Nah, there's no way. There's got to be like pistons here, right? Yeah. I know your scheme. I know your scheme. You really think you can push me onto the pointed dripstone? No way. I feel like I should grab some of this though, because pointed dripstone is pretty handy for lava farms. Let's carry on though. This looks a little bit scary, a little bit sketchy. Okay, looks like there's like a bit of a puzzle room maybe. There's a bunch of levers here. Let's see if we can figure it out. Looks like that lever added some blocks over there. So if I flick this one, okay, that adds more. And wait, what is going on? And what even is this stuff? Bamboo spikes. Okay, that could be dangerous. I mean, we could just cheat, but I feel like we got to do this parkour challenge, right? Whew, okay, let's lock in. Let's lock in. I think we can do this. First jump. Oh, okay, we're good. These are only 2 block jumps. Why am I stressing? Okay, another one. Okay, last jump. All right, we made it. No way, there's another staircase. How far down does this thing go? Is this the bottom? Nope, looks like there's another even bigger room over here. Okay. I did notice this skeleton skull though. I don't know why, but I want to grab it. Okay, this room looks kind of insane. I don't know what is going on in here. There's a bunch of campfires surrounded by trapdoors. What's in this chest? Okay, some wild armor trims. That is very, very nice. I'll take those. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with all these buttons though. There is some redstone torches lit up here. Maybe I pressed that one? Maybe? Okay, wait, that did something actually? Oh no way, that lit up these campfires. Okay, we're actually onto something here. There's levers here too though. I don't think these are going to do anything. Looks like we just got to figure out this side. That didn't do anything. Maybe that one, maybe this one. I'll just press them all. I've been pressing all of these buttons for like 5 minutes and nothing is happening. I am not sure what I'm supposed to do. Maybe I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do, but I know what I am gonna do, and that's cheat. Ah! Oh no, it's karma. There's so many silverfish. No! No way I'm gonna die to silverfish, right? Dude, I'm 4... Wait, I'm 4 hearts. Okay, hold on. Let me heal up. Oh! Dude, I shouldn't have cheated. No. Okay, heal. Leave me alone, silverfish, please. Oh man, I think I took care of all of the silverfish, but I'm kind of low and I'm out of food. So let's see, what can we smelt up? Maybe this raw chicken here. I'm sorry that I cheated, silverfish, but look at this. There's like a secret kind of door over here and there's another chest. I want to get myself over there. I'm pretty scared to break more blocks though, I'm not gonna lie. So maybe we can do like a bit of a trapdoor trick. There's a 1 tall hole, so if we go like that and then stand here and go like that, then we can, sneak our way in. And this looks pretty promising as kind of like the final loot room, so let's see what's in this chest. Check this out, a bunch of emeralds, more diamonds, and what is this armor trim? Vex armor trim? That is super cool. Got a bit more gold too, and what are these melon seeds? Honestly, I'm just gonna leave those. This was such a cool structure though. I feel like the default game would really benefit from more stuff like this. I feel a little bit bad that I had to cheat to get in here, but I could not figure out these buttons for the life of me. Anyway, let's try to make our way back up to the surface, and hopefully I don't get too lost. Alright, sweet, I just found the exit. Oh man, look at these zombies. What is up with this? Oh! Forget that. I was gonna try to check that out. That is scary. Get me out of there. What's up, pandas? Sweet, there's a bunch of cows here. I'm gonna try to grab some food because I'm pretty much completely out. Oh, look at this. There's a chest over here. What is this? Oh man, a bunch of stuff. What on earth is that? Leather gloves? Okay. And I was complaining about food, but there's a bunch of bread in here. Ah! Dude, no, it's one of these guys. Leave me alone. Oh man, those guys are scary. Okay, let me eat some of that bread right now. Before I get completely distracted, we also got some leather armor in there, so let's throw that on. Oh my goodness, dude, please. Enough with these guys. Oh, you know what? It is super dark. Let's quickly sleep. This leather armor is pretty sweet, but we of course also got these leather gloves, and to equip those we need to first press this accessory screen. That opens up all of these different slots for like charms. This one here's for a hat. I'm guessing this one here's for a backpack, a cape, a necklace, but this is the one that we want right here, which is the hand. So I'm kind of just assuming we can grab these leather gloves and throw them on our hands, and we can. That is super cool. And I didn't even realize you can scroll this further and like equip, what are these? Yeah, rings and belts and stuff. Oh man, this is so sick. I'm getting super distracted, but as you can see, we do have the gloves on now. That looks so funny, but also kind of cool. Anyway, this campsite did have a chest. Let's see what's in here, and more armor trims, more of these wild ones. Okay, not bad. And you know what? A green bed is kind of cooler than a light gray bed, so let's swap out once again. Enough messing around though, let's keep exploring, and already I found another structure which kind of looks like some type of well. Is there any like chest or anything? It's not looking like it. Alright, just spotted a random lamppost in the middle of the jungle, kind of random, but moving on. No way, just came across another one of these jungle temples, at least we know what to expect this time. And we do have a bit of iron, so let's be smart here and make ourselves a helmet, and I'll also make ourselves some boots. We're a bit more geared up now though, so let's take this thing on. Really shouldn't jump down here, but I'm going to. Okay, we're good. And I kind of already know where the chests are going to be, so oh my goodness, wait, 5 diamonds? That is clutch, let's go. As I was saying though, I kind of know where the chests are going to be and all the spawners and stuff, so hopefully this shouldn't be too bad. Okay, we gotta get to the spawner, get out of here, spider. Oh, come on, so many spiders. Come on, break it. Okay, we're good. Looks like just one more spider to take out. The spiders have all been taken care of, so let's see what's in this chest. And 3 more diamonds, thank you very much. That should be everything looted though, so let's get out of here. It would be nice if we could get some leather so we can make a bundle, so please cow, give me some leather. Or don't, I guess, alright. Ah! No. I don't like you. Ah! I really don't like you, I really don't like you. Let me eat. No, ooh, 2.5 hearts there, that is not good. You know what, I'm just gonna ignore that guy, let's swim across the river. Somehow I'm already getting low on food again, so let's place down our furnace and start cooking up some of this steak. And while that cooks up, we can check out what this tree is. What is this? A coconut tree? Okay, can I just break this one from the bottom like some of those other ones? I can, but my pickaxe broke. Not my pickaxe, my regular axe, but you know what I mean. Coconuts? Can I just grab these? That'd be so cool. Got ourselves 2 coconuts. What can I do with these? Coconut half, okay. And I'm really curious what these coconut logs are gonna look like if we turn them into planks. Let's take a look, and oh my goodness, wait, that is a really nice color. Low-key, I might want to use some of this stuff for our base, so I think let's make ourselves a diamond axe since our other one did break. But with this in hand, we can chop a bunch of these down, and since they break super easily right from the bottom, we should be able to get a bunch in no time. I also noticed a bit of sugarcane over here, so I'll definitely pick it up while I have the chance. We have a bit of a dilemma though, which is that I want to keep exploring, but our inventory is getting quite full, so I kind of want to see if we can make a backpack. And by the looks of it, there's a bunch to choose from, but I think for all of them we're gonna have to get some leather, so we gotta hunt down some cows. The nice thing is we do have the minimap in the top right corner, which shows us where mobs are, so we can easily hunt down the cows. Creeper, get out of here, that's not what I want. Give me some leather, please, thank you. Got another cow right here, goodbye. More spiders, I already dealt with enough of you guys in the jungle temple. I think we just need one more leather, but look at this, there's a dog over here, so I would like a friend, please. Yes, there we go, best friends. I'm not seeing any other cows though, so let's take a little bit of a boat ride over to the other side of this water. And it also looks like there's some structures over here, so maybe we can find some loot. This broken down bridge over here did not have any loot at all, but maybe this kind of mini pyramid does. Yeah, this looks much more promising. Nothing up here, but maybe we can break our way in. There's pressure plates down there. I do not like that. There might be TNT. Where's our dog? You know what, dog? Sit down before you do something stupid. You stay, I go, no following. I'm a little bit scared, but let's take out these pressure plates. And look at that, there is TNT down here, let's just break that right away. I just dug in all 4 directions and couldn't find any loot, so I'm guessing this structure is more of just a trap than anything else. That's alright though, at least we didn't die. Come on dog, let's continue our adventure. Look at these hibiscus flowers, these are so pretty. I'm absolutely loving all of the flowers in this mod pack. I really want to try getting our backpack though, so let's keep looking around for another cow. Oh, what is this? Like another broken down bridge? Okay, very cool. Where does it lead? To absolutely nothing? Oh man, look at that parkour, kind of killing it. I just spotted something off in the distance, and it looks like a bit of a watchtower. Looks safe enough, let's check this thing out. Seems like it's just a big spiral staircase going all the way up to the top. And there's a bit of a bedroom. Oh, this is so cozy up here. There is a chest though, so let's see what's inside. A bit more food, which is nice, and what are these? Oh, cabbage seeds? Okay, I'm definitely grabbing these. There's also something else weird here. Oh, tomato seeds. Okay, this is actually sick. You know what? Tomato seeds are way more important than a shovel. Goodbye, shovel. And it's pretty much a tradition at this point, so let's swap out our bed again. We'll get rid of our green one, and where did that red one go? There we go, got the red bed. I think that's everything that this structure had though, so let's continue on. And what is that off in the distance? Is that a hot air balloon? I definitely want to check that out. There's so many just like random, not even like structures, but just like little boulders and stuff like this. This is kind of cool. I really want to check out this hot air balloon, but look at this, there's even another structure right here. What even is this thing? Maybe like another hot air balloon, or oh, maybe it's a water tower. That could be what it is. Anyway, there is a chest at the bottom, so let's see what's inside. Just a leather tunic, an apple, and some potatoes. I think we can leave that for now. Here we are at the hot air balloon, and it's directly above this tower, and I have to say the tower itself has such a cool design. It looks safe enough though, so let's check it out. And what's in this barrel? Not much that I can take. Just made it to the top of the tower, and there's a chest up here with a bunch of stuff in it, but honestly, I do not have space for it. I'm trying to see if there's anything in the actual hot air balloon. It's not really looking like a whole lot though. Yeah, you know what? I think we're good to carry on, and maybe I can jump into this water. Might be a little bit close, but I think we can make it. Yeah, okay, we're good. There's a few more cows over here. Let's see if we can get a bit more leather. Come on, please. I can't aim for anything. Okay, there we go. Perhaps a bit more leather from you too, dude. That'd be nice. Oh, thank you, dog. Now that we have more leather though, I think we can finally make a backpack. And if I'm remembering correctly, it was just a chest surrounded by leather. And yeah, check that out. We got ourselves a backpack, so I think we need to open this accessory screen again and then put that in here. How does this actually work though? How do we put stuff in there? I think I figured it out. All you gotta do is right click with it in your hand, and then you get this inventory slot right here. Only 9 more spots, which kinda sucks. I would like to have more than that, but we'll get more as we continue to upgrade the backpack. But anyway, for now, let's just put as much stuff in here as we can. There we go, the backpack is completely full, so we can open this back up and put the backpack on to save us even more space. Now that we have a bit more inventory space though, we can continue our adventure, and I'd also like to look for somewhere to set up our base. And check this out, there's like a mini desert temple. Let's see what's in this thing. Interesting, there's like some rabbit being stored in the corner. Over here is a chest, let's see what's inside. A golden apple, very helpful, especially in hardcore. I'll definitely grab that, and I'll grab some of this stuff too. Alright doggo, I like you, but please just sit for a second. Okay, I'm a little bit scared, but let's dig down here. Looks like it's not the same as a regular desert temple where you have like the kind of hole in the middle, so you know what, that's fine, let's carry on. You're fine doggo, don't worry, I would never forget you, let's go. Just came across yet another structure, and this one looks like a bit of a house. Anybody home? Doesn't look like it, but this is such a cozy interior, what? And I think the sun just went down, so I'm sure they wouldn't mind if I just have a little bit of a sleep inside of their house, you know, no worries. And guess what time it is? That's right, bed swap time. Whoever lives here is going to be so confused why they have a red bed. Anyway, there is a couple of chests in here. Let's see what's inside. What is this? Some rice? Okay, very cool. And it wouldn't hurt, so let's take the bread. I'll take this cactus, more tomato seeds, and a bit more wheat too. There is a second chest though, and okay, a bunch more cactus, more bread, more rice, more of all of this stuff. Ah! I am not even exaggerating, that scared me so bad. My heart is pounding right now. Alright, where did he go? Is he out here? Here he is. Why did you scare me like that, dude? Get out of here. Judging by the cobwebs, this house is either abandoned or full of spiders, but I guess there's only one way to find out. No spiders, I guess it's abandoned. And there's a double chest in here. Come on, have some good loot. Not bad. More cabbage seeds, a bunch of emeralds, and a bucket, which we don't have yet, so that's actually pretty nice. There is a second floor though, so let's check it out. No chests or anything like that up here, but there is a bed, so you already know what time it is. Time for another bed swap. We really gotta lock in though and find somewhere to set up our base. I'm getting so distracted. Wait, what is this? 5,000 BL. Wait a minute, BL. Is that the BL that I'm thinking about? No, wait. I'm thinking about a BBL. Never mind. Never mind. I was like 5,000 blocks for BBL. I don't mind if I do. Look at all this copper I just spotted. I'm not even sure if I want to build with this stuff, but I think this is too good to pass up. Just have 2 more of the copper blocks to mine up, but my pickaxe broke, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use 3 of our 7 remaining diamonds to make a new one. And then we can pick these up, and just like that, we have 51 copper blocks. That is super sweet. Check out this house that I just spotted. It's way bigger than a regular villager house. Oh, no way, there's actually villagers in here. What's up, dude? Got any cool trades? Not really. The real question is, do you have anything cool in this chest? A bunch of wool, not bad actually. This house is pretty big though, there's gotta be something in here, right? Bit of a bedroom over here. Oh, yellow bed, you know what? Bed swap time, there we go. And another chest, come on. Nothing super crazy. Another room over here, and oh, it looks like a bit of a sunroom. This is super cozy. This is such a vibe in here. I've honestly never thought of adding something like this to one of my own houses. I definitely gotta give that a try. Looks like this village does have a few more houses though. How do I even get into these though? This one here is like, what is this? This is like a bit of like a hobbit hole almost. That is cool. Pretty cozy interior. I'm not gonna grab this bed though because we did have a green one before. Am I tripping, or does this house just not have a door? Oh, maybe it's here. Is this? Oh, that was a tree, not the house. Okay, that was weird, but let's see what's in this chest. More gold, more bread. Thank you very much. I think we explored the entirety of that village though, so let's carry on. Got ourselves a massive cave over here. This thing is ridiculous. Look at this. I am tempted to go down there, but we don't really have much inventory space. Yeah, you know what? We'll go on more adventures later. For now, I really just need to lock in and find somewhere to set up our base. It took a couple of days of wandering around, but I think I finally found the perfect spot to set up our base. There's a pretty decent sized lake over here, which is nice, but the thing that really stood out to me was these giant redwood trees. I think it'd be super cozy to have our base kind of tucked away inside of them. Just imagine a big house over here, maybe like a barn over on this side, a bunch of crop fields. I think it looks super sick. I'm getting ahead of myself though. I think our first order of business is to place down our crafting table and make a couple of chests. We can then place those down and then unload all of our items, and this has been so long overdue, like our inventory has been so full for so many days. And of course, we can't forget about all of the stuff inside of our backpack. I got all of those items inside of the chest as well, and just while we're here, I do want to grab our diamonds so we can make a new shovel. So let's get some stick action going, go like that, and then here we go, brand new shovel. And there's a structure just right beside us, but I can't even tell what this thing is. It kind of looks like a face from this side, you know, a couple of eyes. I think those are the ears. I'm not sure though. Any loot though? Any loot at all? Maybe. Oh, what? There's actually a barrel back here? No shot. Bruh, it's empty. That's all good, but look at this. There's another structure just over here, I think. I think it's like some type of ruin or something like that. Not sure if there's any loot here though. There's some moss carpets. Anything under these? Unfortunately, it's not looking like there's any loot, just a bunch of these kind of scary looking ritual circles. I think I'm just gonna ignore those and instead, oh my goodness, I almost just fell down this hole. Instead, I'm just gonna start cutting down a bunch of these trees so we can see the area that we're working with a little bit better and get started on our base. And luckily with this tree chopping mod, it shouldn't take any time at all. Oh, no way, I was just chopping down trees, but what is this? Like a reindeer or just a regular deer? Do you like apples? I'll give you an apple. No, he doesn't like apples. I think I'm just gonna let those deer chill and keep chopping down more trees. Deforestation has been complete, and we now have a big open space to work with. But with that taken care of, I want to get started on building our house over in this area. But of course, in order to build a house, we're going to need some materials, so let's get to work. And I definitely want to try using some of this redwood, but I don't really want to cut down the trees like right beside our base, so let's just run over to the other side of the forest. I think over here should be far enough away, and look at this, there's even like some structures over here. Wait, this tree is too big, it cannot be broken in one hit. I think if I take out this whole layer, it should fall still. Nope. Are you kidding me? That sucks. I gotta cut down this whole thing manually? No way. I've just gotten so used to the automatic kind of chopping down thing, but you know what? That's fine. We can do this. Oh man, this is like the biggest tree ever though, but I think I finally reached the top. Oh, no, maybe not. Okay, there we go, finally. All right, back down we go, and we kind of need to be careful because I'm pretty sure if we fall from up here, we're actually gonna die. Oh my gosh. Oh, dude. Oh man, the logs all just disappeared. Thank goodness there was water under us. Well, that was terrifying. I gotta be honest, this wood is not the color that I thought it was gonna be. Like, look at this stuff. It is a cool color, don't get me wrong. I think it's just a bit too bright for what I want to go for. I still really do want to use like a red color for our house, just not that bright. The good thing is, I'm pretty sure there's a different type of redwood forest over in this direction, so let's go check it out. Jeez, that is a crazy looking cave. Look at this thing, holy. Here we go, I just found the other type of redwood trees, so let's cut some of these down. Let's see, are these gonna break? No. Oh, there we go. Before we lock in and cut down a bunch of these, let's check out the plank color. Like if we compare this to the ones that we got before, like oh my goodness, that is vibrant. Yeah, I'm liking this new stuff that we found a whole lot better. I love how some of these trees have like these large mushrooms growing into them though, that looks so cool. Anyways, enough yapping, let's keep chopping. This forest also has some really pretty bluebell flowers, so I think I'll pick some up. As you can see though, we have like 9 stacks of these new redwood logs, so let's get out of here. I was just starting to make my way back to the base, but look what I spotted down here. I'm pretty sure that's spruce wood. As excited as I am to use a bunch of different wood types, I can't resist using a bit of spruce too. Oh rip, there goes our axe. At least we were able to get a stack of logs and some saplings, so let's head home. Look what I just spotted over here though, an emerald ore. That is sick, let's pick that up. Oh my goodness, there's also like these flower mushrooms. The moo bloom, that is so cute. Look at this little guy. Oh man, I really am trying to go home, but there's just so much cool stuff to explore. Alrighty, I finally made it back to the base. First things first, let's just place down some of these spruce saplings, since I think I'm going to need even more spruce wood. While we're at it, let's also hop over to our chest here and grab our coconuts. We can then plant these too, and hopefully they're going to grow. We're kind of running out of room for all of our stuff already, so let's make a couple more chests. Can then just add these to our kind of temporary base. With our inventory a little bit more organized, let's get to work on crafting some items for the house, for example some doors. We're also going to need a bunch of slabs, as well as a good amount of stairs, and I think I also want to use some trapdoors. And last but not least, let's make some fences. Oh, I guess there is one other thing, but we're going to need a new axe. So I guess let's use our last 3 diamonds to craft one. But now that we have this, let's place down some of these logs. Then we can use our axe to strip them, and then of course we can gather them back up. And that should be all the redwood stuff that we need, so just to stay organized, let's store it in this chest. Our house is definitely going to need some windows, so let's grab some sand from beside this lake. And I'm pretty sure we have a furnace, right? Yeah, right there. By the looks of it, I don't have any coal, so let's just use these logs as fuel. While we let that smelt, let's go find a cave as there's a decent amount of materials that we need from underground. I just found a cave entrance right beside this giant looking pumpkin, so let's go check it out. We do need to be careful though, because I'm guessing these aren't going to be normal caves. I don't want to go like too crazy mining mode because I'm not super geared up, but I will grab like anything useful that I see, for example this coal. There's also some iron over here, but I also see some bad guys. What is that? Like it's a little goblin, what is that thing? Okay, one thing at a time, let's take out the zombie. Oh man, I don't even know if I want to figure out what that guy is, let's just mine this iron. Keep in mind, all we have right now is leather and iron armor, we are really not that strong. Maybe it's just because I don't know what to expect, but this is like the most nervous I've been from mining in a while. Oh my goodness, there's creepers. There's creepers. There's also like some urns, very interesting. What was that? Flax seeds, okay. Break that one too, there we go. Some iron nuggets, very nice. Random zombie guy, not as nice, goodbye. Oh man, I am nervous, but let's carry on. What was that, some ash, okay. Wait, ash? Is that like some ashes of a dead person? I don't want that, get out of here. We did just bump into one of the materials that we need though, and that's deep slate, so let's gather some of this up. And I'm pretty sure I need something like 6 stacks of this stuff, which you know, is gonna kinda suck to mine with an unenchanted pickaxe, but I'm just gonna lock in and gather it all up. About 10 minutes later, I dug out this entire box right here, and as you can see, I got the 6 stacks of deep slate that I needed, plus a little bit extra. And very conveniently, I ran into some tuff while digging this thing out, so let's also gather up some of that. And I don't think I need that much, I'll probably just grab like 2 stacks. There's also some gold hiding back here too, I'm definitely picking this up. I think that covers most of the materials that we need from underground, but just while we're here, I do want to try getting a little bit more iron and diamonds. Having pretty good luck with iron, already have over 20, which is nice. There's also some crazy looking structure on the map, but I'm not really sure how to get there. I honestly might just dig to it. Come on, where's this thing? Oh, here it is. Wait a minute, stone bricks, this isn't the stronghold, is it? No, I don't think so, we would have got the advancement. Bit of a room over here, let's go check it out. No way, some chainmails, some skulls, there's a chest over here. Oh man, enchanted iron armor, projectile protection 2, and depth strider 1. And this helmet has curse of binding, okay, I'm not taking that. There's also some barrels up here with, okay, some wheat, some coal, as well as an apple and a golden nugget. There's a bunch more barrels though with, okay, just kind of more of the same stuff. What about this one here? Golden apple, okay. Before I forget, let's take off our leather tunic and put on this new iron chest plate. And I guess these boots are a little bit better too, so we can put those on as well. And you know what? I kind of just want to grab all this other stuff since we can use it to decorate the interior of our house. Alrighty, let's keep exploring. This place over here looks crazy. This almost looks like a trap. Okay, let's just be careful. Open these chests. Another golden apple. Very nice. Oh my goodness, a bunch of bones. Oh man, my inventory is already getting completely full. I think we gotta use our backpack. Yeah, let's just chuck all of our deep slate and tuff in here. Alright, sweet. Now that we have more space, we can keep looting. Just one more chest to check out, and some diamond horse armor. Very nice. Guess I should also be smart and take this gold block. Thank you. There's also more of these urn things to break. What is that? Oh, no, you. I don't want the ash. Get out of here. Bad guys. Oh, dude, why am I getting kind of chunked? What? Get out of here. Oh, a witch. Okay, you know what? Just blocking that off. Yeah, I'm not messing around with a witch right now. I think these are prison cells over here. Do they have any loot? Okay, bunch of apples, more coal, and more wheat. What? How are you in here? Bro, why are there pillagers in here? That is so random. Oh man, this place is giving me the creeps, but I want to keep looting. I don't hear that witch anymore. I'm gonna check it out. Okay, there is a skeleton. There's a spider right here. Very scary. Scary spider. Okay, let me just light this thing up really quick. Ah! Yes, fight each other, yes! Boom! Ooh, he dropped his bow. Power 1, not the best, but I'll take it. Alright, let's check out these chests. Why do they have spawners under them? Okay, let's just risk it for the biscuit. Okay, we're good. And look at this, we got some iron gloves. Low-key kind of drippy with these on though, sheesh. Alright, enough messing around, we still have 3 chests to check out. Nothing too crazy in this one. Come on, chest number 3. Once again, more or less the same stuff. Alright, the 4th and final chest in this area, and okay, a bunch of iron. That was actually a really nice one. Alrighty, but with that, let's keep looking around. I don't think we've been in here yet. A bunch of cobwebs, which is kind of terrifying, but look at this, an enchanting table and some bookshelves, that is sick. I don't have any lapis on me, or I would do some enchanting right now. Maybe we'll get lucky and this chest will have some... no. Got some glowstone though, which is kind of cool. There's also a potion of slowness. I think I'm just gonna leave this. I still cannot believe we just found like an enchanting table plus a bunch of bookshelves. Like, this is crazy. I'm pretty sure this is enough for a level 30 enchanting setup, so this is sweet. Okay, yeah, definitely. There's even more bookshelves on the other side of the room. We are very quickly running out of space for items, but look how much cool stuff that we have. I don't want to get too greedy, but I think I'm just going to try to get a little bit of lapis so we can actually do some enchanting and then go back to the surface. I don't think we've been over this way. Should we drop down here? Oh, I fell down on accident. Oh, there's a spawner. Break the spawner, break the spawner, break the spawner. Okay, we're good. Oh man, okay, and it does open up to a cave here. This could be good for lapis. Okay, there is lapis like all the way over there, but this looks super sketchy. Okay, I just made it down into the actual cave. There's the lapis. Just got a pillar up to it. Please, just no skeletons right now. I'm really not trying to get pushed off this. Alrighty, here we go. Let's mine this up. Oh man, this cave. There is some diamonds over there. I kind of want to go get them. Yeah, you know what? I'm going for it. Plus, there is more iron over here, as well as gold, and even more lapis. Alrighty, but let's get these diamonds, and by the looks of it, it's 4. There's even more diamonds at the very bottom. I kind of want to go for them. For some reason, there's like no mobs down here. Oh my goodness, there's a whole ancient city. Okay, you know what? I'm just getting my diamonds and dipping. I'm scared. Tell me that wasn't just 1 diamond though, are you kidding me? Absolutely no worries though, because look what I just spotted. Even more diamonds. Guess we should block this lava though, huh? Now that these aren't gonna burn, let's mine them up. I know I said I was gonna leave, but this cave just totally opened up into this like massive area. I'm sure there's a ton of diamonds here. I can't help myself, I'm taking a quick peek. And look at that, right off the bat, a bunch more diamonds, let's go. At least 3, no it's 4. Can we get 5 perhaps? Nope. Look how many urns are over here, holy cow. Wait a minute, is that a bundle? Oh dude, it totally is. Okay, let's just do our skulls, I guess. Well, I guess that saves us a little bit of space. A bit more lapis over here, I'll take it. There's also more diamonds in the ceiling, we definitely gotta grab those. Give me all the shiny blue stuff, thank you. I'm finding a bunch of this stuff now, there's even more. More iron as well, can't complain about that. I swear I just saw another one of those goblin guys. Oh, goblin, goblin, huh? Friendly goblin? Oh, goblin trader. Sorry for punching you, bro. Okay, wait, so I can trade with you, right? Oh, dude, check this out. Wait, this trade is broken. I can trade 1 raw iron for 2 iron ingots. What? Okay, I'm definitely doing that. That's just like free iron, right? I would like to try out this mystery map because I'm pretty curious about it, but we don't have enough emeralds. Thank you for the nice trades though, Mr. Goblin, and sorry again for punching you earlier. I did not realize you were a trader. And would you look at that, more diamonds. Somehow we already have 20 diamonds. And look what I spotted just past those diamonds. There's like some ice spikes over here that looks so cool. I kind of want to break one and see what happens. Oh, dude, look at that. Why is that so satisfying? I just want to break all of these. Alright, enough messing around because look what I just spotted. More diamonds. It's looking like we're going to be able to get enough to make ourselves a full set of armor. We are having some seriously crazy luck right now, like there's some up there, and then just past this water is even more. I am definitely not complaining though, the more diamonds the better. Oh my gosh, this is a big vein. Yeah, what are we up to now? Over 30 diamonds already? Okay, yeah, this is definitely enough for some armor. 33 diamonds is kind of insane. Like honestly, I just came down here for deep slate and tough for our house. I was not expecting to get that at all. I was just starting to leave the cave and what do I spot? Even more diamonds. I feel like these are going to lure me to like somewhere evil. Like this is getting kind of ridiculous. And there's even more, but there's a bunch of mobs. You know what? Okay, you know what? I'm going back home. I'm going back home. I just made it safely back to our base, so let's take a second to get organized. Alright, sweet, I got our inventory organized, and let's just go right on ahead and use these diamonds that we got to make ourselves a full set of armor. You know, it is hardcore, so gearing up is super important. Look at us with our shiny blue diamond armor, we are literally sparkling right now. But now that we're a bit more geared up, let's get back to the material grind by first grabbing our glass, and then I'll put some cobblestone in there so we can get some regular stone. And there we go. Let's then use this to make ourselves a stone cutter. Can then just plop that down maybe on top of our crafting table. Let's then use this thing to make some polished deep slate, as well as some polished deep slate stairs. As for the rest of this deep slate and tough, I want to try turning it into some other types of blocks using this brand new type of crafter called a glass blower. So let's go right on ahead and place this sucker down. Essentially, this thing is a way more advanced stone cutter. Like, look at all of these different tough blocks that we can make. Hang on just a second, there's pillagers attacking me. Where's my shield at? Let's throw that on. Dude, I'm trying to check out this glass blower. Can you guys leave me alone? Guys, I'm really not in the mood for this. Like, just get out of here. I have diamond armor. You guys can't do nothing. Well, that was a very rude interruption. Let's get back to it. I think I first want to make some of this cobble tough. That looks pretty cool. Wait a minute. I don't even know if I needed to make that. I think I can just use the regular stone cutter. Okay, well, I clearly don't know what I'm doing. Let's just make some slabs, some stairs, and a wall. In case you can't already tell, I don't really play a whole lot of modded Minecraft, so we're gonna figure it out together. There's still some special kind of deep slate blocks that I want to make, but I'm not seeing them in this stone cutter, and by the looks of it, I can't use it in this glass blower either. Wait a minute, I think I figured it out. We need this regular workbench. The question is, how do we make one of those? Okay, that seems easy enough. Aha, there we go, the mason table. There are so many blocks in this thing, like I can just click this forever, like this is so overwhelming. I'm getting distracted though, let's place this mason table down. Why can I still not turn this deep slate into stuff? I just smelted some of the cobbled deep slate into regular deep slate, let's try that. Please tell me this is gonna work. Okay, here we go. The good news, we know how to make this stuff. The bad news is we gotta smelt all of this deep slate. To speed up the process, I want to make more furnaces, so let's grab some cobblestone. Just got a stack of cobblestone, which is enough to make 8 more furnaces. And I could have sworn I saw some lava over here. There's a little bit. We really don't have that much coal, so I would like to use this stuff if we can. Back at our massive stack of furnaces, let's use our lava plus our coal to get this all smelted up. And while we wait, let's use our glass blower to make some really cool looking windows. Let's first make some of this large diamond leaded glass. That is kind of hard to say, but as you can see, that's what it's going to look like. Anyway, let's craft it. And then back at our glass blower, let's turn this into the small white stained glass. I thought I was going to be able to turn this into panes, but I don't think that I can. Okay, let's try this again. Let's make a little bit more of the white stained glass, and then I'm going to go right on ahead and turn this into panes. And then if I throw the panes into there, yeah, there we go. Now we have all the different pane options. And I'm going to go for this one right here. These new blocks are really cool, but some of them are really confusing to make. Anyway, let's check in on our deep slate. How is this doing? Okay, it's almost there. In the meantime, let's cut down all of these spruce trees that we planted earlier. We also planted all of these coconut trees before, but for some reason they haven't grown. I'm curious though, if I try some bone meal, is that going to do anything? Okay, it is. Heck yeah, boy, got ourselves some coconut wood. I think the state of it changed when I bone mealed it just for the first time, so I think if I did like this and then waited, they would grow, but honestly, I'm just kind of impatient now. I'm just going to grow them all the way. We have a ton of bones, so bone meal really isn't much of an issue. I just got done cutting down all of the coconut trees, but why are all these leaves floating? Well, that's kind of annoying. I guess we got to get rid of them ourselves. Oh, I just realized you can bridge while looking forward though. That is sweet. Anyway, let's get rid of the rest of these. I got that all cleaned up. No more floating leaves. It's looking much better. But now that we have some coconut and spruce wood, let's do some crafting. Let's start off by turning these coconut logs into planks, and then we can make ourselves a bunch of slabs. Let's then turn all of these spruce logs into planks, and then we can turn some of these into slabs as well. We also need some stairs, a bunch of trapdoors, and I also found out you can make some of these really cool looking shelves, so I want to try using some of these. And while we're in wood crafting mode, let's also turn these fir logs that we got earlier into planks. I'll also just turn a few of those into stairs. I'd also like to use some of the stripped fir logs, so let's place down a sapling, use some bone meal, strip this, and then chop it down. And the very final wood material that we need is just a few campfires. And at this point, our deep slate should definitely all be ready, so let's pick this up. And back at our mason table, we can turn this stuff into a variety of different blocks. Oh man, look how cool some of these are though, like I'm so excited to use these. Last but not least, let's make some flower pots, and I also want to make some lanterns, so let's turn this into nuggets, and then make the actual lanterns. Although, let's see if we can use our glass blower to turn these lanterns into a different type. All of these look so cool, but I think the one that I want to go for is these burning coal lanterns. That was definitely a bigger grind than I thought it was going to be, but finally we have every single block that we need to build up our starter house. As for the house itself, I built up the first floor walls using all of the different deep slate blocks that we made. Moving up to the second floor, I made use of all of our different wood types, those being spruce, fir, and redwood. To give the build some character, I also added a porch, a front and back entrance, as well as a chimney and some flowers in front of the second floor windows. Taking a look inside, you can see I already got all of the floors and ceilings in place, as well as a staircase to get up to the second floor. And now that we have the basic interior set up, I want to get to decorating, so I spent days 47 to 50 crafting all of the items that I want to use. Taking a look at my inventory, you can see I have a bunch of items now, and there's also a couple of double chests in front of the house that have some items as well. And of course, it just started to rain, so what better time to work on our interior? I was thinking this nook over here could be for enchanting, so let's start with our bookshelves. Oh my goodness, is that a thunderstorm? Okay, you know what? I don't want my... Oh my goodness, okay, I'm sleeping. I'm scared. I thought it was going to be like some cozy rain vibes, but a thunderstorm is a little bit too much for me. Alrighty, getting back to it, let's get the rest of these bookshelves in place. And then of course, right in the center, we can do our enchanting table. It's always useful to have an anvil around, so let's do one right there. And then for a bit of color, let's do a flower pot and one of these lavender flowers. To detail this wall, let's add some oak shelves, and then on top we can do a double chest and one of these really cool like golden pots. I don't know, I think that just looks sick. And then just one final thing, I think I'll do a grindstone right there, and honestly I think that's our enchanting area done. Since we found some chainmail armor while caving, I thought it'd be fun to display it on an armor stand. I think under this staircase a table would look cool, and there's also like actual chairs in this mod pack, so we can add a couple of those too. To detail the table itself, let's add a few candles, and then we can light those with our flint and steel. Check this out though, you can actually like sit in the chairs. That is so cool. We now have a nice chill spot to sit after a long day of mining. And for just one more detail on this back wall, I thought we could add one of these ominous banners. Moving right along, I want this side of the house to be for smelting, so let's start off with some furnaces. And then for some storage, let's add some oak chests on either side. To fill out the rest of the space, let's add some shelves on all of the walls, and then maybe on this one we can do a couple of flower pots and more of this lavender. Opposite of that, I thought we could do some of our mob heads, so let's do a zombie one there and a skeleton one right here. And then on this final shelf, I thought we could do one of these crazy looking donut lanterns. This thing looks so funny but also cursed. It's like the regular lantern texture, but you know, like a donut. I don't know, I just think it looks so funny. I had to put one in here. Anyway, I think that's our smelting area done. This corner right here is looking a little bit basic though, so maybe let's do one of the banners that we found in the caves and another one of these golden pots. That pretty much just leaves us with this wall right here to decorate, and let's start off with some curtains. And I know what you might be thinking, that doesn't look like much of a curtain, but check this out. If I right click this, it comes down. Like, look at that, that is so cool. Right in front of this window, let's create a table, and then on top of that, we can do some of these flower boxes. The awesome thing about these flower boxes is that you can put multiple flowers in each of them. Like, we can do maybe like a flower there and some saplings on the outside. Like, that looks so lush. Right beside that, let's add a crafting table since you always need one of those around. And then on top of the crafting table, a few candles, and we can of course light that up. And then just one final thing that I wanted to put here was this salmon trophy. This thing looks so derpy, but I love it. There's just one final thing I want to add to this floor, and that's a carpet. And as you can see, these are not normal carpets, they have some really cool patterns on them. But with that, I think I'm happy to call this first floor of our house finished. It's spacious but cozy and also functional since we have our enchanting on this side and our smelting over here. But we're of course not quite done with the interior yet, as we still have the second floor to decorate. And I thought up here could be for storage and crafting, so let's start off by dividing up the area a little bit. And we should be able to do that pretty simply just using some spruce. But now that we have all of these spruce pillars in place, let's fill in the gaps with chests. And it still is feeling kind of dark in here, so let's add a bunch of these tube lanterns. I don't know why this amuses me, but I just realized something. If you kind of like bonk your head on these lanterns, it causes them to like rock back and forth like that. That is such a cool little detail. This should be plenty of storage for us, so let's add a few more decorations. Starting off with this empty section right here, I thought we could do a bunch of these different bookshelves, as there's a bunch of different options in this mod pack. Like, some of these are so cool. This one looks like it has a globe in it. This one has like a bunch of flowers. The wall beside this thing is still looking kind of basic, so let's add a few more shelves. And then on top of it, let's add more of our flower boxes. And then maybe in these we can do some of these white heather, and then let's fill in the rest with lavender. With that, I'm pretty happy with this side of the room. You know, I want to keep it pretty open so we can still walk down the staircase easily. Moving to the other side of the room, this is where I want all of our crafting blocks to be. So starting off, let's add our good old regular crafting table, and then beside that, just some oak tables. And then on top of this, let's add a stone cutter, a saw, and a wood cutter. I haven't shown either of these before, but basically the saw is how we make a bunch of the different furniture blocks. And then jumping over to the wood cutter, you can just put a plank in there and get like a door or like a trap door for one plank. Like, that is so nice. Anyway, let's also add our glass blower up here as well as our mason table. This should be all the crafting blocks that we need, at least for now, but just for one final detail, let's add one more shelf. And then let's keep it simple and decorate this thing with more of our skeleton and zombie heads. That's pretty much our storage and crafting area done, but just to tie this whole area together and add a bit more color, let's add a large rug right in the center of the room. But to celebrate getting our entire house decorated, I think it's about time to go check in on my cats. If you haven't seen one of my videos before, I am always using my two cats, Munchie and Mittens, to guilt trip you into liking the video. Seriously though, taking a second to like the video and maybe subscribing if you haven't already is such a big way to support this channel, so I really do appreciate it. Getting back to Minecraft, I just want to quickly transfer everything over from our temporary base into our actual starter house. And I'll of course do my best to organize everything as I go, as knowing where all of our blocks are should save us a lot of time in the future. I've been hard at work for 10 or so minutes, and these should be the last items right here. And once we break these two chests, that's this whole area cleaned up. Yeah, pillagers, I saw you in the background. Get out of here. Goodbye. Dude, there's even more pillagers. What are you doing here, dude? Get out of here. Leave my house alone. Even more intruders, please, guys. And there's another intruder by our back entrance. Sorry, guys, but you're not going to my house. I don't care that it's raining. I honestly don't care. And I don't really think that I care about your trades either. Yeah, buddy, just because you disappeared does not mean that you aren't going to catch the smoke. Get out of here, bro. Wait, where is he? Where is this guy? Here he is. Get out of here. Got him. Just putting away our last couple of items, but with that, I've got everything organized. I'm super happy we got all of our resources organized, and just while we're here, I do want to grab our diamonds and lapis so we can do some enchanting. I really want to terraform the area in front of our house so that it'll be easier to build on, so having a better pickaxe and shovel is really going to speed up that process. And you know what, we do have 14 diamonds still, so I think I'm just going to make ourselves a brand new pickaxe and a brand new, not an axe, a brand new shovel. I have not tried out the enchanting at all yet, so let's see if it's the same as normal. It is confirmed not normal, as there's an enchant called vein mining that I've never seen before. I am pretty curious what that is. We could get efficiency 4, but I don't have enough levels. Okay, let's just quickly see our shovel here. What can we get with that? Vein mining again and efficiency 4. I think for terraforming, getting efficiency 4 is going to be the most valuable thing for us, so let's try to get a bit more XP. We only need a little bit more XP, and I think I know how to get it. I haven't shown you guys this yet, but I found this structure right beside our house, and you'll never guess what's in this thing. That's right, a zombie spawner. So I think if we just farm these guys for a little while, we should be able to get all the XP that we need. I just popped my head in here and there's actual chests inside. Holy cow, this is stacked. Dude, what? This is so much stuff. And there's another chest on this side as well with, oh my goodness, a bunch of rope in it. As well as an enchanted book with Icebreaker 2. Increases the damage from attacking enemies frozen in ice. Alright, I'm getting distracted though. We gotta keep killing these zombies and get the XP. I know we could make a whole like water elevator, make this thing way more efficient, but honestly I think this will do. Almost there, just need a few more zombies. Come on guy, yes, there we go, level 30. Alrighty, let's enchant the shovel. Throw that bad boy in there, as well as our lapis, and then let's lock this in, efficiency 4. Oh no way, I think we got vein mining on this as well. Breaks matching connected blocks when mining. Wait, does that even mean like dirt and stuff? Let's do a test. If I break this podzol, wait, just one broke. What if I crouch and do it? No. I have no idea how this vein mining works, but you know what? That's fine. We got efficiency and that's what I wanted. And just out of curiosity, let's see what we can get on our pickaxe. So let's chuck that in there. We have unbreaking 3, efficiency 3, or efficiency 1. Since we only have 27 levels, I think I'm just going to go for this efficiency 3. That'll be better than nothing. But now that we have some faster tools to work with, let's get to terraforming. I kept it relatively simple, just created an upper and lower platform that are a bit flatter in the hopes that they'll be easier to build on. Here's a bit of a closer look from the ground. I think it turned out pretty nice if I do say so myself. Oh my goodness, no way, a wandering trader just spawned right then. Distractions aside, I want to try making this cliffside right here look a little bit nicer. So first things first, let's just tear out all of this dirt directly below the grass. Then over in our storage room, let's grab a bunch of cobblestone. Over at our mason table, we can then turn a bunch of this into trodden cobblestone. I want to get to placing this down, but of course there's a creeper and a spider, so let's take care of these guys first. Alrighty, but then if we place down a bunch of this trodden and regular cobblestone together, I think it's going to create a really nice effect. And I really quite like this trodden cobblestone. It's kind of like the texture of basalt, I think, but with the colors of cobble. Anyway, let's just go on ahead and get this all filled in. That was a pretty quick change to make, but I think this looks so much better now. Moving right along, I think I want to make some crop fields on this very bottom tier since I'm almost completely out of food. We can check our food chest, but I don't think it's looking good. Yeah, 2 pieces of bread and some apples, that is really not too great. In the chest above this is where we have all of our crops though. Okay, I do have some wheat, we can make a little bit more bread. But let's also grab these tomato seeds, these cabbage seeds, as well as these wheat seeds, so we can set up a proper farm. I also want to build a fence around the farm, so let's grab a bunch of these sticks, as well as all of these spruce planks. Hang on just a second, we don't even need these sticks since we can just use our woodcutter. This is seriously so clutch, I wish Minecraft would just add this to the game already. Anyway, while we're here, let's also make a gate. We're going to need to till all of the dirt, so just while we're in crafting mode, let's make a couple of iron hoes. I also want to try using our mason table to make some special kinds of dirt. Maybe let's do a stack of this cobbled dirt, that looks super cool. And then maybe a stack of this rough dirt too. I also want to light up the farm, so let's make some torches, make some iron nuggets, and then turn those torches into lanterns. And then back at our mason table, we can turn all of these into the tube lanterns. There's just one more block that I want to use, but in order to get it, we gotta go on a short little adventure. Not too far away from our base is this like volcanic biome. It's kinda dangerous actually. Okay, here's what I want though. There's like some of this black sandstone, which looks really cool. Also, there's just like a wandering trader up here. Dude, why would you put your cart like right beside an active volcano? What are you thinking? I know what I'm thinking though. Do you have any cool trades? Wow, that is some pretty underwhelming trades. You can just hang out here, alright buddy? Try not to burn. Back at our base, we can chuck this black sandstone into our stone cutter and turn it into some walls. But with that, we should have everything that we need, so let's get to building this farm. And I guess let's just start off by digging out the actual border for the farm. I think I'm happy with this shape right here, so let's fill this back in using these new types of dirt blocks that we made. I got all that in place, so next up let's add our fences, and the craziest thing about these fences is look at this. Look at that, dude. This has got to be one of the most cursed things I've ever seen. Diagonal fences, it just feels so wrong. Definitely the most cursed fence that I've ever made in this game by a long shot. Anyway, this thing definitely needs a gate, so maybe let's just add one right here. Next up, let's add some water sources, and I've already planned out where I want them to go, so it's just a matter of getting them in place. With all of those in place now, let's cover them up with some slabs. And then on top of these, we can do our black stone walls, and then to light the whole farm up, we can add our lanterns. It finally stopped raining, but look at this rainbow, that is absolutely beautiful. We're just about done with this farm, but the next step is to till all of this grass. With all of this turned to farmland, we can finally plant all of our seeds, beginning with our wheat. We can also plant our tomato and cabbage seeds, and honestly, I'm quite curious to see what these ones are going to look like once they grow. We only had enough seeds to get this thing about halfway filled in, but already it's looking super sweet. It does, however, feel a little bit disconnected from our starter house, so I think I want to build a pathway connecting the two. With that in mind, let's just start off by digging out some room for it. It looks a little bit messy right now, but I think I got the space all cleared out, so I'm thinking we can just fill it back in using our trodden and cobbled dirt. The path is all in place and looking good. There's just one issue, and that's that there's no slabs, so I'm having to jump up and down. I got the perfect solution though, because check this out, this mod pack has dirt slabs. Give me those right now. These things are so beautiful it could make me cry. I think I'm quite happy with our path right now. I even went so far as to extend it over in this direction as I want to build a barn here. And I want to get started on that right away, so let's go gather up some materials. First things first, I planted a bunch of saplings as we're going to need a decent amount of wood for our barn. While I waited for those to grow, I went down underground and mined up several stacks of diorite. And since I was in mining mode, I also picked up more deep slate while I was at it. I kinda killed my pickaxe in the process, but luckily the cave I went to had a few more diamonds, so I mined those, and then back at our house I crafted a brand new one. I also did a lower level enchant on it, and then combined it with our other pickaxe to make a slightly better one. With that taken care of, I crafted down our diorite into all of the different blocks that I want to use. And the same thing goes for all of the deep slate that we mined. However, for some of the deep slate blocks that I want to use, it needs to be smelted first, so I ran over to that volcano again and gathered up some lava. Back in our smelting room, I threw everything into our furnaces. While waiting for that to smelt, I checked in on our trees that we planted earlier and noticed most of them had grown, so I got to chopping. Sadly, my axe broke like halfway through cutting them down, so I had to take a quick pit stop to make a new one, but with that sorted, I finished chopping down the remaining trees. However, there still was one other tree type that I wanted to use, that being mahogany, so I ran over to a lush forest biome and cut down some of those trees as well. These have such a nice red color, I think it's going to work perfectly for our barn. We pretty much had all of the logs that we needed at this point, it was just a matter of crafting, so I locked in and got to work. There's so many different blocks that I want to use though, I swear it took like over 20 minutes just to craft the wood materials. At least I gave our deep slate plenty of time to smelt, so I grabbed it all and then crafted the rest of those materials that we needed. Anyway, at this point, it was just the smaller kind of detail blocks that we needed to craft, and I won't bore you by showing me craft every single one of them, but some of the highlights were lamps, oak barrels, chairs, and sofas. At this point, the last thing to craft was just some lanterns, but I was completely out of iron, so I went on a super short caving trip to get some. Back at the house, I smelted down all of the iron, and then once it was ready, I turned it into all of the different types of lanterns that I want to use. I was really not expecting that to take me over 10 days, but I guess it kind of makes sense because look how many items we have now. These two double chests are full of items as well. We have a bunch of our wood stuff in here, and then this one has all of our stones and even more wood. Anyway, let's start off by grabbing all of this dirt. And then I already have an area flattened out right beside the house where I want the barn to go. Let's just start off though by placing down all of this dirt. And I'm just mixing this sanded dirt and this cobbled dirt together. I think it's a pretty nice combo. I got all the dirt in, and hopefully that gives you a better idea of how big this barn is going to be. You know what though, it's already day 87, these days are going by super fast, like the sun is already setting, so there's no time to waste, let's just build this barn up. I absolutely love the classic red barn aesthetic, so that's exactly what I went for. I accomplished that by creating most of the build out of our red mahogany wood, and then to give the whole thing a bit more structure, I included a lot of spruce logs. As for the roof, I created the trim out of diorite, and then filled in the rest with deep slate. I went through that pretty quickly, so let's take a bit of a closer look. Also, I cannot catch a break with these wandering traders, like dude, why are you on my roof right now? He's also just tweaking out, what is this guy doing? Alright, let's just ignore this guy and continue our tour. I did want to show you guys that I added this sort of tower to the side of the barn. It doesn't really serve any functional purpose, but I think it looks pretty nice. Over here, we of course have our main entrance, but I do just want to add one more detail. I included one of these windows that you often see on barns kind of above the entrance, but I just wanted to add a few flower pots here and a few flowers. Of course it's raining now, but I also added a similar window on the side of the barn, which I think is looking pretty nice. And there's also one at the very back where I just wanted to add a few more flowers. And I just noticed our barn is sort of like floating over here, so let's just patch that up and act like it doesn't exist. Yeah, okay, there we go. I think that pretty much takes care of the exterior, and let's head inside, and the first thing I want to do is add a bunch of lighting since it is super dark in here. Let's also add some hanging from the ceiling, maybe just kind of in line with these pillars. And then over on this side, we have like 3 compartments, so let's just do one right in the middle. Same thing on here, just hanging from this trap door, and then we'll do one more right here. Can also add a couple beside the actual entrance. Let's also do some hanging from the very top of the ceiling, and for these ones, I'm thinking we can do a fence, 3 chains, and a lantern at the very bottom. It is feeling way brighter in here now, I'm feeling pretty happy with this. If you remember, on the outside of the build we have that tower, and I kind of want to make a way to get into it, so let's just do a bunch of these ladders. There's really not a whole lot of room up here, but there is a pretty nice view. I also added a loft on this other side of the barn, so once again, let's just add some ladders so we can access it. I eventually want to add some hay bales in this area, but we don't really have any yet, so maybe just for now, let's do some of these feeding troughs. And I guess we might as well do some feeding troughs where all of the other pens are going to be. So let's do some on this side as well, maybe like 3 there, 1 here, maybe a couple right here too. As for the actual pens, I think we can keep it pretty simple and just do a bunch of fences and fence gates. We have another small pen over here, so once again, let's do a couple of fences and more gates. Just one more pen to go, and I'm thinking this one will be for sheep since, you know, there's grass right here. Last but not least, let's decorate this back wall, and I just want to start with a couple of oak tables and a crafting table. And then on top of that, let's do a flower pot and oxeye daisy, and then above the actual table, let's create a shelf, and on top of this thing, we can do a barrel and a couple of chests. Pretty simple design, but I'm quite happy with that. I think it tied our whole barn together. Our barn definitely needs some animals, so let's harvest our crops so we can lure them over. Also, check these out. Our cabbages and tomatoes and everything has grown now. These look so cool. And with these tomatoes, we can just grab them right off the plant, kind of like sweet berries. Anyway, let's carry on and harvest all of the wheat as well. Check it out, we got enough seeds back to get the whole farm filled in and it's looking pretty good. But now that we have a bunch of crops, let's use these to lure some animals over into our barn. Also, it feels like the seasons are changing. This was definitely not snow before. I just found a bunch of pigs and sheep though, so come with me guys. Alright sheep, can you get into your pen please? Thank you, that was actually pretty easy. Wait, stay in there, stay in there, stay in there. Yeah, you can breed, you can breed. Boom, look at that, the parrots and the bats, let's go. Our barn is already feeling so much more alive, but let's go grab some cows. At least with the minimap, it's pretty easy to tell where they are. Already got ourselves a few cows, just gotta make it back to the barn. And guess what cows, I have a nice surprise for you, you guys get the biggest pen of them all. I want to do a little bit of a test though, because remember these feeding troughs that we placed down earlier, we can actually put wheat inside of these. I'm pretty sure they can just eat from these and then breed. Yeah, wait, check that out. Okay, so they can breed, but look at this, why is there a cow climbing this ladder? How is this guy doing this? This guy does not want to come down, I guess we got ourselves a floating cow. Before I forget, let's just put some wheat inside of this feeding trough for the sheep. But with that, I think our barn is 100% complete. I'm having an absolute blast building with all of these different blocks, and the good thing is we still have a bunch left over inside of these chests. So I want to grab a bunch of these and create yet another building. And I'm thinking this area just over here is going to work perfectly, so you know what, let's just get to building. I don't think this building is going to have much of a functional purpose, at least for now. It's mainly just meant to fill out the space around our base, plus I'm having way too much fun messing around with all of these new blocks. I am quite happy with this new building, I think it turned out pretty nice and just made our whole base feel a lot more enclosed. Before calling it completely finished, I just want to add a few lanterns on the outside of it. Also, some of these blocks that we were able to use are so cool. Like, look at this, there's like a mossy spruce log, like what? That is sick. Even like these planks right here are actually vertical planks, they're not the normal ones. I don't know, just like so many different blocks to mess with. Anyway, I'm getting distracted, let's head inside and decorate the interior. First things first, let's hang some of these tall lanterns off the ceiling. These things look kinda cursed, like with how tall they are, but as soon as I saw them, I knew I had to use them. Moving right along, let's fill this empty section with some barrels. In front of this window here, let's make use of more of these special bookshelves. And then on top, let's do a skeleton head and maybe a few candles. To fill up this empty space, let's do some couches. And then in between them, maybe just a carpet. I wish we had more furniture like this in the vanilla game, plus check these out, you can even sit in them, these are super sweet. On the other side of this house, I think let's just create a large table. And a table definitely needs some chairs, so let's add a few of those. And then on top of this thing, let's add a lamp. And I'm kind of curious, can you turn this thing off and on? Oh, you can, that is sick. You know what though, with that, I think I'm happy to call this building done. You know, pretty simple, but kind of just like a chill sort of hangout area. Our base is really shaping up, but there is some smaller details that I still want to add, one of which is going to require a silk touch shovel. I only have 21 levels, but let's try our luck at enchanting one of these. Let's chuck this thing into our enchanting table and see what we can get. It's not looking good, none of these are silk touch. What if we block off some of these bookshelves, what are we going to get now? Dang it, still no silk touch. I noticed there is this like reroll option, so I guess let's just click that until we see silk touch. Kinda sucks though, this costs— oh, silk touch, silk touch. I was gonna say it kinda sucks because this costs lapis and XP every time, but you know what, we got silk touch now. Well, I shouldn't say that we got it yet because we need 30 levels and we only have 20 right now. We could farm zombies again, but honestly, this thing is way too slow. So instead, let's go to the nether and mine quartz for XP. But of course, in order to go to the nether, we're gonna need a portal, so let's grab some obsidian. I got a decent amount of obsidian, and for the actual portal, I'm thinking we can hide it right into this cliffside. I think right here will work, and just to make it a little bit more natural, let's do a couple of stairs like that, and then a slab at the top, and one more right here. And then let's just dig out a spot for the actual portal. That should be enough space cleared out, so let's add our obsidian, and then to make it a little bit cleaner, let's fill in the back with some polished deep slate. We now have 2 portals set up, so all that's left to do is light these things. I think these look pretty sweet though, just tucked away inside of the cliff. I want to head inside, but before we do, let's just make ourselves a golden helmet so we're a little bit safer. I have no idea if the nether is going to be normal or not, but I guess there's only one way to find out. I'm pretty scared, but you know what, let's just head inside. Okay, we made it, we seem to be okay, and it's definitely not normal. What is all of this? Oh man, this looks crazy though, like what are these things? Blackstone bulbs, what the heck? Hold on, I just saw the craziest thing. What on earth is that? Please tell me this guy is friendly because that looks terrifying. And why is the nether like straight up purple over there? What is going on right now? I feel like I just got transported to an alien planet. This place looks insane. Check this out though. There's like some sort of nether house. I want to go inside this thing. There's like a bunch of beds in here and some barrels. Let's see what's inside. A bunch of gold, some pork chops, a golden apple, a bunch of arrows, and some crying obsidian. One more barrel just right here, and more obsidian, some bones, some string, iron, and gold. Guess I'll take these hay bales too, why not? You know what we can do right now? That's right, we can break this and do a bit of a bed swap. Look at this mushroom right here. This thing is actually bouncy. That is so fun. I could explore this place forever, but I'm getting way too distracted. Let's go hunt down some quartz. I feel like this biome over here is going to be a lot easier to mine quartz in, so let's head over to it. Here we go, finally found some quartz. Let's mine this up. Oh, and I have vein miner, I forgot. I can't tell if it's giving me the normal amount of XP though with this vein miner. Dude. Uh-oh. Oh, 2 hearts, we're good. I have a bunch of golden apples in my backpack. We should have these in our hotbar. Let's also quickly make more food. That is pretty important. And I think with this vein miner thing, we're not really getting the correct amount of XP, so let's just try making an iron pickaxe and see if that gives us more. We should be good now though, so let's carry on. And here's the stupid wither skeleton. Get out of here, dude. As cool as vein miner is, we're definitely getting more XP this way. What the frick is that? Dude, get out of here. Oh my goodness. I'm eating a golden apple. I don't know. I actually have chills right now. This place is scaring me. As terrifying as this place is though, some of these biomes are absolutely beautiful. Like, look at this place. Once again, it feels like I'm on an alien planet, but this is super cool. And I noticed there is a bit of glowstone in this biome, so let's take the chance to pick it up. Enough distractions though, we just need 5 more levels. Give me some quartz, here we go. More wither skeletons, get off me. Enderman, get out of the way. Already level, oh. Nah, bro, please. Oh man, it seems like these guys can just spawn in any biome. It is so annoying. We're already level 28 though, just 2 more levels to go. Come on, so close. There we go, level 30. I'll be completely honest, I have no idea where our portal is. I think I'm just gonna make a new one. And I'm getting attacked. Get me out of here. Yeah, okay, I'm scared. Let's just build our portal and dip. I've had enough of this place. I want to go back to the overworld, please. And of course, we spawned in some random cave. You know what though, it's better than the scary nether. Just made it back home, so let's finally add silk touch to our shovel, which was the whole purpose of going to the nether in the first place. And now that we have this thing, let's pick up some grass. And then I think if you take this stuff and go like that, you can get these actual like grass blocks. And then see our cliff face, how there's like this dirt texture right here? I just want to tear this out and then replace it with these grass blocks so it looks a little bit nicer. And yeah, that's the whole reason that I went to the nether. It's going to be such a small change, but for some reason I want to do it. Spots like this too kind of annoy me, so we can tear that out and replace it with our grass as well. Alright, sweet. I think that looks so much better. I also just want to make this cliffside a little bit safer, so let's add some fences. And then to light up our base a little bit more, let's throw some lanterns on top of this thing. Yeah, there we go. I think that looks pretty nice. I cannot believe it is almost day 100. It is now or never for any final details that we want to add, and on this hillside, I was thinking we could build a few small boulders. I got those all in place, and I'm pretty happy with how they're looking, but just to blend everything together, let's spam a bunch of bone meal around. It's a pretty easy change to make, but it's going to make the whole area feel a lot more lush. So let's do some up here closer to the house as well. A little bit over by the barn too, you know, why not? That seriously took less than 2 minutes, and it just makes our area feel so much more polished. I have another quick decoration idea, but we gotta grab these tomatoes. Because if we put these in a crafting table, we can get these really cool tomato crates. Let's just maybe chuck a couple right here, and then maybe the other 2 beside our barn. Remember this glowstone that we grabbed in the nether? Well, there's something super cool that we can do with it. Maybe the fact that I'm digging into our cliffside again gives you a hint. Just gotta quickly make a portal out of glowstone, and then using water we can light this thing up, because that's right, we're going to the Aether. I have absolutely no idea what's going to be on the other side of this thing, but before we call this challenge complete, we gotta go check it out. We straight up do not even have time to gear up, we just gotta head inside. This is absolutely beautiful, but there's like no way to get around. Look, we're just on this little glowstone platform. We might have just enough blocks to make it over to this big structure. You know what? I'm going for it. Alrighty, we're almost there, just a little bit more to go. Alright, we made it. Hopefully this place is safe. There's a bunch of villagers, as well as some of these. What the heck is that? Oh, it's not friendly. It's not friendly. Bro, I can't move. I actually can't move. Dude, it's pushing me all around. It's pushing me. Dude. Where's my golden apples? Not like this. I'm not ending the challenge like this, please. Dude, I want to go home. I'm sorry for coming here. I want to go home. I'm sorry. Please don't push me off. Dude, do not push me off. No. Dude, I can't walk normally. It's not letting me walk normally. Am I cooked? What am I even on right now? Oh my goodness, this is so clutch. Please tell me I can land on this. Am I sinking? Oh no, we're good. We straight up almost just died on day 100. That would have been so embarrassing. I would love to explore this place more, but that's gonna have to be in a 200-day video. We finally made it back to our portal though, so let's head home. And of course, it's like the middle of the night right now. So you know what, let's just head inside, go to sleep, and with that, we've survived all 100 days. I had an absolute blast playing this mod pack, and I feel like we barely scratched the surface of everything that it has to offer. But as always, if you want to explore this world for yourself, you can get the world download on my Patreon or by joining as a tier 2 member right here on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching, happy building, and I'll see all of you in the next video.